Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with co-host James Mason. Good morning, James. How are we doing today?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. Spring is here, I think.
So it stopped snowing up there?
Yeah, I think it stopped snowing. And I was out of town this weekend, a little soccer tournament, and I came back and I need to mow my lawn now.
Jesus. Last week you were basically shoveling snow, and now this week you gotta cut grass.
That's correct. That's correct.
Man, that's wild. Like to experience so many seasons in a short time frame.
I'm telling you, you should move to Michigan.
Nah, man, I'm good. Like don't get me wrong, I love the brutal cold. Absolutely love it. But man, like I hate when I love the brutal cold when it's always gonna be brutally cold. I don't like it going from springtime to winter to summer and then back to winter, you know?
Right.
Um, but yeah, like I mean that's kind of the way when I lived in Montana, that's kind of the way how it was there at times. Um, like the springtime when it actually would commit to being spring felt amazing. Like the wind was perfect, everything was nice about it. But sometimes it'd go back to snowing. And that's just the way it was. I mean, you would have nice sunny weather. You'd see your grass growing, and then next morning you wake up and you got 8 inches of snow on the ground.
Right.
But it is what it is. But man, like I don't know, like y'all's lake wind snows are crazy up there.
All's what you said?
Your lake wind snows.
Oh yeah, we get because we have the Great Lakes around us. The lake effect is huge.
Yeah,
is around us. Hey, I got some at my front door. I gotta step away and grab that. Sorry.
All right. So, all right, everybody, we'll go ahead and get into it. Currently, the Dow futures are down 149 points. S&P 500 is down 21 and 3/4 of points. And let me take a quick look at the SPY a second, and I'll share my chart with y'all. All right. So here was obviously Friday. Friday had a major sell-off. I was so caught up in SOFI, and I lost my ass on that one just because, well, I bought contracts that expired last week, and I had a shit ton of them. So, I mean, I knew better. It is what it is. But it's one of those things where I understood the risk, and when I pushed out the tweet of what I was doing, I even outlined it. It was high risk. But anyways, we'll talk about SPY, maybe hit that in a moment. But anyways, here we are, SPY. I mean, major sell-off on Friday. And we've also gapped down just a little bit here pre-market. And this is mainly due to Jerome Powell's comments from his little IMF. They called it a little IMF debate. Now, I watched the entire thing. Jerome Powell didn't say anything different that he hasn't said in the past. It's just the market. It's not even really, in my opinion, the market, listening to it and then determining, oh, he said something crazy. It's just the market. I feel like the market just said, you know what? Let's go bearish now.
I mean, so I have a question about that, because you and I have talked about this multiple times, where it's the exact same message. Mm-hmm. We fully expect what's going on, and the market goes bullish, and we scratch our head, and then this time it goes bearish, and we're going, what the hell? How do we? I mean, what do you make of that?
I just think it has to do with all the option contracts. I believe a lot of it is dependent on if, for instance, there's a lot of contracts that are going to expire in the money to the call side. I believe that they'll pull it down to make those contracts worthless, so they sweep up all those premiums, and then when everybody loads up, to that put side, that's when they'll push it back up.
Got it.
I think that's what they honestly do a lot.
Well, and you see that other with like big name stocks that have options expiring on a Friday. You'll see Tesla doing some weird stuff, and other big name large cap stocks.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But SPY overall, like I said last Friday, I mean, I said it like multiple times last week, but overall bearish on the market. And as you can see right here, the chart is screaming that. Just a quick rundown on SOFI. Like I said, I got hammered in it. And the only reason why I got hammered in it wasn't really because the trade went so much against me. It's because my contracts expired. And that's why. I mean, as we can see how beat down SoFi Technologies is. And, well, they decided to come in and short it a lot more. Now, on this date right here, this is the 19th. I thought for sure this day was going to be the strong reversal. I mean, we pull it up on the 5-minute chart right here. So you can see right here, I mean, this thing came out and it just started roaring. And I was up a decent amount of money. I didn't take any profits on it because I was just like, oh, shit, this is just the beginning of the reversal. And I was waiting for it to push up to about the $9 range. And that's when I was going to lock in profits. But they decided to come in and short it a lot more than what it already was. And well, that's why we're in the low $6 now, $6 range. So it's just one of those things where the institutional traders, the bears, had full control over this trade. And they kept a lot of those $7.50 calls from expiring into money. I mean, they completely pulled this bad boy down. At first, it was the 750 calls that had a ton of open interest on it, and then it became the $7 calls. And when it became the $7 calls, that's when they really pulled it down. So that's what happened in SOFI. I wish I bought a little bit of time on it. I always preach that, but it is what it is. So moving on from that one. All right, Todd.
Let's talk about it.
In the news.
Let's talk about it. He's been on our topic the last 2 weeks, and they're reporting that Elon Musk has secured financing, and he's in direct negotiations with the board, and they're looking to announce a buyout finalized deal this morning sometime.
Elon, like I said, Elon's going to own Twitter, and I don't know. I guess we can talk about some of the stuff we were talking about pre-market. Like kind of like my hypotheticals.
Well, before you share that thought, I'll share this thought with the group. Is that one of the questions we're asking ourselves is how much of this is a business deal and how much of this is ego? And we won't know officially the answer to that, but we'll get some hints of it as over time as things get rolled out. And with that you had a couple theories.
Yeah, so I mean, things change when you become a billionaire, and I'm obviously not speaking that from experience.
And when you do, let us know.
I hope. But anyways, like we were saying, like we don't know if it's ego. If this is just because I'm a filthy rich billionaire and I can buy, instead of buying just percentages of the company, I can buy the entire company. Or if there's a plan behind it. With Elon Musk, though, he's so well calculated. I mean, he hasn't gave any indication as for why Twitter would be something he'd want to acquire, but there has to be something. There has to be a reason. I mean, it could have to do with ego, and maybe it's a mixture. I don't know. Like maybe it's a mixture of having to do with ego and maybe there is a purpose, but still, nonetheless, Twitter, it's like we was talking about pre-market, Todd. I personally feel like Twitter has never even came close to maturing enough to even start to begin to finance potential on the stock market. They haven't even really fully monetized yet. to show their potential with advertising revenue. And really, if it wasn't for former President Trump, no one would be using Twitter. Former President Trump saved Twitter. I mean, everybody, like, you just have to be honest about that. Like, former President Trump saved Twitter. And I do believe that if Elon does acquire Twitter, that Trump will probably be back on there. I 100% believe that.
No doubt. No doubt.
Which will be interesting for DWAC, which I feel like that's already just in the shitter. But yeah, anyways, the same about Trump.
Well, I think so. Real quick about Trump, and he's going to act like it's like my friend Elon. Like, we have this relationship, and Elon's going to have to be carefully reposition himself and make sure he's not like closely associated with Trump.
Oh yeah, which they don't really care for each other, anyways. Like, Elon was on his economic advisory board in the very beginning of his presidency, and that did not last long at all. Right. So some of my hypothetical theories on what Twitter will become is, we all know Elon Musk, his desire and love and passion for crypto. I think that he's going to turn Twitter into something that's strongly relatable or in the world of crypto. Like, I don't know exactly what, but I feel like he's going to use Twitter and combine it somehow with crypto, maybe NFTs or some sort. I don't know exactly, but if I take a guess, that's what he's going to go for, something in that realm of things. And it will be interesting, be very interesting. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Let's see what we got going on anyways in the comments. All right, Airhead, my thoughts on ticker CENN today, or for today with its earnings. I just had it up on my chart. I don't really think their earnings are going to do much, unless they release some information about like a strong deal. Now, they're in the process of building, I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 manufacturing facilities in the United States. I know of at least one. But that company, so this is actually, well, the company that merged into it was, well, it's this company here, but like the ticker that merged in with this company is formerly Naked Brands. And then they obviously changed the ticker name ticker symbol to CENN. So this company, they legitimately do have EV sales, and they do hold a significant percentage of the EV market. And that is one of the reasons why I've always been bullish on this ticker. But I've also said that I plan for this one to be like a 2-year trade. While they do have sales and everything, they are new to the stock market. And that's where really I feel like the stock market is going to kind of take its time to fill them out, to see if they're just going to be a one-hit wonder, or if they're going to be something. I don't want to compare them to Tesla, but like, have a solid foundation and cranking out vehicles and be a company that's going to stick around for a while. That's really what I want to say. So I don't necessarily think today's earnings, unless they just throw out a surprise there, is going to be anything significant for it. Hopefully I'm wrong on that, because I do have a position here. So yeah, we'll just have to see. So that is just my quick thoughts on ticker CENN.
Going back to the comments, Jason saying we should load up on Dogecoin while it's cheap. I would not load up on Dogecoin. I guarantee you, if he's going to do something in the crypto world, it'll be something new and where he's in a lot more control.
Yeah, Dogecoin and that other one, that SHIB or whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know about those ones. But like Michael said, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come out with his own coin.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Gosh, seriously,
like, would you buy it, James?
I would.
Yeah, yeah, and so would a lot of other Elon Musk fans.
Mm-hmm. It would be so freaking volatile. Like, as soon as he released the coin, I mean, it would just go straight to the moon.
You need a SpaceX spaceship to catch it.
Exactly. And to be able to communicate with everybody else down on Earth, you'd have to use Twitter.
Which will be a paid premium service.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what else we got going on in the comments. So still not really much in the pre-market today. Just a bunch of petty movers. We have a couple reverse splits that are hitting everybody's scanners, messing shit up. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm going to look at StockCast platform real quick.
There's a ticker we've talked about before. It's popping up. SBFM.
Which ticker?
Sunshine Biopharma. SBFM. They're flagging. I'm not sure if it had a little run up this morning.
Oh, man, they had a nice bounce. Hold on. On the daily chart, you can see they had a nice little bounce right here off this 86 and 100 EMA line, which is literally stacked on top of each other. But bounced off of this 333 range and currently sitting at 417 pre-market. I personally wouldn't catch FOMO and chase this though.
Yeah,
like if you weren't in here for that bounce, I wouldn't chase it. That's just me though.
We're about 8 minutes to the market.
All right. Yeah, so I'm even checking StockCast. There's not really much going on there. All right, so let me run through the comments again. Larry New, thoughts on ticker BNKD? And me and Karen Graham, we actually had a quick conversation about this not long ago. She said it to me, and honestly, I agree with her. Like, I'm just not sure if, well, what she said actually was, I'm just not sure if they're going to let that one work out or not. And I feel the same. Like every time it starts to push up and wants to break out, the Federal Reserve just keeps coming in and saving the markets, saving the banks. So it really needs the market needs to turn over and the banks need to take a hit there. I mean, the cracks have already been shown for forever now in the banking system. It's just, when are they going to let it loose?
Right.
And the thing is with that, like, we won't know when they're going to let it loose until they let it loose. When we wake up one morning and everybody just says, oh, shit.
Right.
That's how it will happen. That's why
I'm sorry. And that'll be one of those situations. If you're not in it, you won't be able to catch it.
No. That's why I've always said, like, it was a strong hedge to protect my entire portfolio in case the market just collapsed. So that's just a quick thought on that. Let's see. All right. Yeah. So, Todd, that is all I have for today. Do you have anything else?
Nope. We are under 7 minutes to the market, so no new news for me.
All right. Same here. So, all right, everybody. We appreciate y'all tuning in today. Remember, trade safe, trade smart, and we will catch y'all in the next one.